With China's one-child policy, many baby girls were abandoned to make room for a son, although that's happening less and less. Baosha looks just like any other 4-year-old Chinese child. While she may not know how she's different now, she's likely to face some fundamental questions as she grows up. For Baosha, the only trace of her parents was her birth date written on her bare belly in ballpoint pen. That's about all that Muiko knows about her adopted daughter. She started keeping a diary on Baosha shortly after meeting her for the first time at an orphanage in China's southern Guangdong province. Mui didn't have plans to adopt Baosha at the time. In fact, she didn't even know the concept of adoption. Plus, she was a single working woman in her mid-30s, still living with her parents. But she grew attached to Baosha as she took care of her every day after work.
After about a week, I realized that when I arrived at the doorway, which is quite far from her, she knew that I arrived, and she would express herself with movements. Even though this child is only several months old, I felt that we were linked together with a thread.
Psychologist Zhang Fanlin has been researching the topic of adoption for the past decade. While China's one-child policy has contributed to the rise in adoption, the main reason has been the country's economic development.
People have the economic capability. They have love to give. They like children, so they adopt. These two situations are a major change. Unfortunately, the demand for adoption is very large, but there aren't many children that meet the standards of the parents wanting to adopt, because most of the orphans are handicapped.
Mui wasn't sure if her parents would agree with the adoption, so she signed the papers before telling them. Both parents remained silent for the rest of that evening. They were concerned that the adoption could be a burden on a single woman. But now, Baosha is their precious grandchild.
Adopted children and children you give birth to, in my heart, I don't think they are different. I don't feel she isn't mine. Those that are born from their mothers come from their bodies, and adopted children come from the heart.
For the Wall Street Journal, I'm Jane Lee.